Hey, it's me, Tokkuri Yashi. And today we are back with Special Dungeon. It's in the name, a special dungeon where we have got 5 days, as you can see there's event here for 5 days, to beat the 10 bosses or the 10 fights along the path. First 5 most likely are going to be normal PvP style fights, and then we get up to a few bosses at the end. 10 fights, 5 days, that means 50 is the maximum score you can get to get the maximum rewards here. Each time you beat the boss the next day, things will get a little bit stronger. So maybe if you're a lower level, you're a little bit worried, you might not be able to get the 50. Aiming for 45 is a good strategy. That's the lion's share of the rewards, as we can see here. Then the master coins are nice at 50, but only going to boss 9 and not making the next day stronger. It might be a strat if you maybe don't have the right teams. You may be a newer player with a lower level, because the 45 rewards are still very nice indeed. So let's jump in then and see what it is like. I have seen there are a couple of teams that can just whitewash day 1. That might be okay for day 1, but as the bosses get a little bit stronger, we're going down this time instead of up. It's easier to go down than up. Maybe we just roll. We could just get an army to roll all the way down the hill and take anyone out along the way. Anyway, let's jump in. This could take some time. We may end up skipping a few. I am going to, because she is new, use the Kururu team that I've seen a few people use, which is a pretty simple team. Where are we? You, Lineker, and who was the last one? And where's she gone? There we go. Right, well, just let this go, see how it does. I imagine it will be okay on day 1. They're not too high level, these characters that we're fighting straight away. And there we go, blasted our way through it. So I will skip now until the 6th boss, unless we have any problems, and see how we can do with the last ones. Okay, there we go. That is the 5th fight beaten there. So we have ticked off 5 on the rewards ladder there. Moving on to boss 6. None of that was too difficult on day 1. Remember, it will get a little bit more difficult as days go on if you beat the 10th boss. Again, level 250 here. So this same team should be okay, I would think. Not mega high levels for the opponents that we've got. Now I have seen another team that could possibly use with Anemone. I think we might run that team for the final battle when we get there. But it looks like day 1 isn't too much of a struggle if you are at level cap and have a decent roster in your box. There are probably a few other teams that could maybe beat these. There we go, boss 6 beaten again without too much trouble. Ta-da! There we go. So let's move on to boss number 7. After we get our rewards, maybe it will be worth mixing things up a bit, putting in a different team. But we've got Kururu, we've got her new, so we want to give her a little bit of a run. They've all got their TP built up as well anyway, so unless we have any problems, we have to go in and change the team. Why not keep it as it is? Okie doke, here we go, doing pretty well here. I mean, I think this mode is a little bit better than what we got with the Battle Stadium recently. That was quite a toxic event. This I think was a little bit better. Even if you are a lower level, you can still get some decent rewards from it. And there are probably the few teams that can beat these stages. I don't see that any of these have got elemental weaknesses. I don't think we have elemental weaknesses in this mode either, which is probably, I may say it's a good thing. There we go, boss number 7 beaten without too much of a problem. So, this isn't looking too difficult on day 1. Let's skip forward to boss number 10 when we can get to him. Well, actually this one, before we do that, boss town, this one's AoE. So Kururu should actually work even better against this boss. This is one that Anemone absolutely shredded when she was released. So again, like I said, Anemone team was pretty good too here. I imagine quite a lot of the established PvP teams might do okay here in these kind of scenarios as well, at least for the first 5 fights. Well, actually, you can see there that this team didn't beat the 9th boss in one go. So, let's see if we switch to the Anemone team now. If that one can do it, then we'll let the Anemone team run on for the final boss as well. Everybody gets the TP. No need to build up the TP. So, let's see if this does any better. Only a very small personnel change there. Anemone in and Eris in. So, is this going to actually beat the boss in one try? So, there we go. This team worked a lot better than the Kururu team. So, it doesn't really matter too much if you don't have Kururu for this event. See that if you've got Anemone, hopefully you've got Anemone as well. This team here will do the job as well. So, let's move on to the final boss then for day 1, boss 10, which is, I believe, can't be the whole fight. It must just be the first round of the EX5 fight. So I'm expecting this guy to have AoE multi-targets, goblins in front of him. Send in the same team here. So we'll see how this one does. Hopefully we can completely shred him with this. Like I said, maybe it might be worth, if you are worried that you can't completely beat this phase all the way through to day 5 and get the 50, leaving this guy alone so that he doesn't get any stronger the next day might be the way to go. Maybe you could beat the first, all 10 fights the first 3 days, and then only go to 8 for the last 2. That will get you to 45 as well. I've just noticed that this guy is single target. Looks like he is single target as well. He doesn't have his little goblins in front of him, so it's not quite the EX5 fight that we once knew. Of course, as the days go on, if you do beat this guy and the fights get a little bit stronger, maybe we're going to have to put in a little bit more thought and a little more effort and change the teams up a little bit some of the teams that work today on day 1 might not work quite so well on day 3, day 4. That's when it might get a little bit more tricky. But for day 1, it seems like there are a couple of teams that have shown that are capable of going through most of this on their own, which is a small few characters. So hopefully you do have these characters. But there we go. This team beating this Goblin King. Phase 10, there we go. That is day 1 completed without too much trouble. The two main teams there being shown. Was it an element doing the most damage there, even though I believe the guy was single tag? I couldn't see any extra target nodes on him. So, excellent stuff, excellent stuff. There we go, day 1 completed, so that's 10 up on the scoreboard, 10 on the scoreboard for the rewards. All the way up to 50 to go, there we go. So, let me know what you think of this mode, how you are doing. Hopefully, you'll be able to get all of the rewards for this special dungeon mode. I'm Tokkuri Yashi, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all again for another video. Bye 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 bye.